What's up, guys? So I'm gonna share a dream I had on April 28th this year. 5:50 a.m. is when I woke up, and the Lord put me in a different perspective in this dream. So what happened was I was at work and I parked in the parking lot, and I heard a loudspeaker going off, and I had seen this beige van go up the street, and this lady that was in the beige van was declaring the gospel and sharing Jesus within her car on her loudspeaker. So I went to the back of my trunk of my own car while I was in the parking lot, and I wanted to scream out to her, good job, but for some reason I didn't do it. Instead, I ended up jumping up and down for joy as I was hearing this lady speak, and I'm showing her thank you for doing that, for sharing the gospel. And at some part of the street, some streets have this like middle island. I seen this lady sitting there. She seemed homeless, and she was there with a baby. So the townspeople where I work was getting upset over this van and the loudspeaker going off, and it was so loud within the town. So after this, I had gone inside the post office, and I seen a bunch of people in there. There was so many people inside, and the people were dressed in maids outfits, and some of them looked like they were working in a diner, but I recognized some of them were prostitutes. And I was like, who are all these people in here? There's like hookers in here, and why are they casing the mail? So at the post office, a carrier has his own route, and the loose mail they will case within the addresses to file the letters within each address, right? So the prostitutes and these other men dressed in maids outfits were casing the mail to each address. So in this, I was making fun of them, and I was telling this other person and laughing, and I was like, like, what is going on? Why are they wearing maids outfits and servers outfits, and why do they look like that at work? So we have a janitor's closet there, and the janitor's closet was open, and there was people in there, and they had a coffee machine going, and one of the people was making coffee in there, and one of the girls that was casing the mail asked me, can you make me a kind of like bougie kind of drink, some, make me some kind of espresso something. I don't know anything about drinks, but she was like, make me this fancy coffee drink. And so I was like, we don't have an espresso machine, but you want me to fetch you a coffee and serve you? And so that was my attitude in this dream. And I started laughing, right? And so I looked at my old boss, and the girl went to go get the espresso in the janitor's closet, and she came back out with it in a coffee cup, but the grounds were resting at the bottom of the cup. Actually, the cup looked more so like a bowl, like a paper bowl people would put ice cream in. And she ended up drinking the coffee and the grounds that were in there, and she was pushing back the grounds with this butter knife and drinking the coffee. And I was like, man, this is really weird. So I went back to go get my money to set up my window, and there were people there too, and I realized that we had a sanitizing lamp there, but it had cracks all over it, and it was broken. And I was telling my boss, you guys broke the sanitary lamp, and the plug was even broken on the lamp, and the prongs were like, how they have like two prongs, and then one of them was like sideways like this. And so I told her, I said, well, I guess we'll order a new bulb. And then my dream ended.